Shalom, shalom. I want to start by giving our praises to the Lord YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM QADASH. And my name is Brother Napak, and with me I have
Emrald.
the brother Emrald, from the camp Prophets in Babylon here in Tampa Bay, Florida. And we want to get into a short, quick lesson, on Jacob and Esau. And Salaki, I want to get double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. And we want to get into a short, quick lesson, on Jacob and Esau, the milk, for younger brothers that just come into this truth, But we're just gonna start off with that story, and we're gonna just get certain parts, the main key parts in the chapter. But go ahead and start from your brother at verse 20.
This is Genesis 25, verse 20. Now Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Padanaram, the sister to Laban the Syrian.
All right, so it's saying right here, Isaac was 40 years old when he wife, Rebekah. Isaac and Rebekah being the parents of Jacob and Esau. Continue on.
And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived.
So, Isaac, he had to entreat, he entreated the Lord for his wife, so he asked of the Lord, can I, because she was barren, he asked her, asked him to help with that, man, and the Lord was like, he did it, and Rebekah was able to conceive a baby. All right. Well, babies, because it was two in her womb, But go ahead and continue on, Malak.
And the Lord said,
verse 22.
Salakia. And the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord.
So these children, the children that was inside of her, Jacob and Esau, they struggled together within her, And she asked of the Lord, she said, if it be so, if it be of your will, why is these, why is my, the children struggling, inside of my stomach, when she went to inquire of the Lord and asked the Lord of this. And it says, continue, Malak.
And the Lord said unto her, two nations are in thy womb, and two men of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
All right, so, the Lord responded to her, and he was like, there's two nations that are in your womb. All right, these are two different nations and two manners of people, that are separated from thy bowels. And it said that one person will be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. So it's saying that one of these nations is going to be stronger than the other. These two babies represent two different nations. All right, and they're fighting. These two nations are fighting against each other. While they're inside the womb. And it said the elder shall serve the younger. So the one that comes out first will serve the younger. And this was a prophecy. Go ahead and continue, Malak.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
All right, so there were twins, inside her womb, and her days was fulfilled where she was able to, birth these twins. All right. Now it said the first one came out. Now remember how it said earlier, the elder shall serve the younger. So this first one, came out. He was, red, hairy all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau, and to this day we know them as, the Caucasians, or the white men, That's Esau, man. You know, because that's who it is describing. You know, because really Esau is really red. All right, they're not white or any of that. They're red, man. They're red devils. All right, or pink. You know, that's why people will call the feds pigs, because they was most of them were, first of all, Edomites, and they look like pigs, man. All right, but yeah, he came out hairy like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And that name Esau goes into wasted away, because of the lack of pigment in his skin. All right, because back then everyone was melanated, dark skin, people, and he came out, red and hairy because of the lack of pigment in his skin. So you would call that a disease back then, And it says, verse 26, start at that.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
So it says, after that came his brother, and his hand held on Esau's, leg, his hand held on Esau's heel, and that right there itself, is a spiritual meaning, because after Esau came out, you had Jacob come right behind him, holding on his heel. All right. And, when you think about it, because Esau rulership came first, man. All right. But Jacob, rulership is going to come after us, right after us, and it's going to be everlasting. All right. For Esau is the beginning of the world, or is the ending of this world. If I can get that real quick, actually. And Jacob is the beginning that followeth. I'm gonna go preach something a lot.
I'm gonna grab it.
Hold on, I'm gonna get it real quick. I gotta find which one it is. It says this is 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, so Esau, he's the end of this world. Because right now, he's in rulership. All right, and the end of this world is going to be the end of his rulership, and Jacob is the beginning of a new world. A new rulership, a new era that followeth it. So like I said, it was a very spiritual thing, as you seen when Jacob had his hand on Esau's heel, because it represented Jacob getting the kingdom right after Esau's, put out of rulership, But I continue my lot.
And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents.
So as they grew, Esau became, a hunter, man, and that's why you see, a cunning hunter, actually. And, that's why you see Esau nowadays, they always going out hunting for deer, all different type of things, because that's their nature, man. They go hunt, a lot of times they eat things, raw, and that's just Esau's nature overall. But it says a man of the field. Esau's a man of the field, man. You see videos go on you see a whole lot of videos just basically showing how Esau is good at what he do, man. He's good at his craft, his weapon, which is, the guns and the knives and all these carnal weapons, man. All right. Esau know how to use them, especially when it comes down to hunting, But then it said Jacob was a plain man. Jacob was plain. You know, he dwelled in tents. You know, just chilling, man. You know, Jacob wasn't really doing too much. But go ahead and continue a lot.
And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob.
All right, so, you know, Isaac, you know, loved Esau because, you know, Isaac was eating of Esau's venison. You know, he did eat of his venison. You know, and Isaac favored Esau more than Jacob. You know, but Rebekah, the mother, she loved Jacob. She favored Jacob more. All right. And it says, go ahead, Malak.
And Jacob saw pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom.
So, you know, Jacob, you know, saw pottage, you know, and Esau came out of the field because since he's the man of the field, he just came back from hunting. All right, and he was faint. He was tired. You know, he needed food. He was hungry, but he was really over exaggerating, man. All right, from a few hours of not eating. But Jacob took advantage of this because, you know, it said, you know, Esau said to Jacob, you know, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, you know, because he's faint. All he had to do, you know, was at least wait, you know, but he wanted to eat it right then and there while Jacob was still making it. You know, it says, therefore was his name called Edom. Go ahead and continue, Malak.
And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, swear to me this day, and he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob.
So, you know, Jacob took advantage of this. You know, he seen that Esau, he was faint, he was tired, and he really wanted that red pottage. You know, so Jacob said, since you're so tired, since you're so faint, you know, sell me this day your birthright. Sell me your birthright, you know. And Esau was so, you know, he was naive, you know, that he didn't even know, he didn't really care for the birthright, you know. He didn't know the importance of his birthright, you know. So he's just like, what, you know, what shall this birthright do to me? You know, it doesn't really matter to me. You can have it. Just give me the red pottage, you know, because he was so over exaggerating, you know, and he didn't eat for 3 hours, you know, where he said he was at the point of dying, which was, you know, a lie, man. You know, he wasn't really about to die, man. It's just, he just didn't eat for a few hours, man. All right, that's just how Esau is today, man. They don't eat for a few hours. They're ready to, you know, eat another person, man. All right. You know, they say you're not yourself when you're hungry. Well, Esau's not himself when he's hungry. And when shit hit the fan, Esau's gonna show his horns, man. All right. Go ahead and continue, Malak.
Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he said, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright.
So Esau, you know, sold his birthright to Jacob. He despised his birthright. You know, he didn't really care for the meaning of it back then, you know, or at this time. So he just really wanted the, you know, the bread and the pottage of lentils, and he ate, he drank, you know, he rose up, he's back to, you know, full. And, you know, he despised it. You know, he despised that birthright. You know what I mean? But, you know, that was the whole thing with Jacob and Esau for when they was born. But we're gonna get this also. Let me see. I think it's the 27. Go to verse 27. And we're just gonna get, like, you know, the main important parts. I'll tell you where to jump up to.
26.
27 verse 1. Start at verse 1.
And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son, and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here am I.
So Isaac was getting old, man. The whole time skip happened, and Isaac, was getting old, where his eyes was getting dim, he was getting blind where he could not see. So he called for his eldest son Esau and said unto him, he summoned Esau. But go ahead and continue to read on a lot.
And he said, Behold, now I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field, and take me some venison, and make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me, and that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die.
Come on. So, he was saying, behold, I am old. I'm on the day of my death. I'm coming into, my death day. He said, now therefore I pray thee, take your weapons and your quiver and your bow and go out to the field and take me some venison, and make me savory meat. So he's telling him what to do this for him, so that his soul may bless Esau before he dies. He's trying to bless Esau. Go ahead and continue on, Malak.
And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison, and to bring it. And Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me savory meat, that I may eat, and bless thee before the Lord before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kings for thy father, such as he loveth. And thou shalt bring it to thy father, that he may eat, and that he may bless thee before his death. And Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. My father peradventure will fill me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon me, and not a blessing.
So, you had it where Rebekah, she heard what Esau said or Isaac said unto Esau, and she was able to bring it into Jacob. She was telling him, because, Rebekah favored Jacob more. She was telling him, hey, go out, get some savory meat. This is what your dad was telling Esau, but I'm going to have you do it so you can get the blessing, and Jacob was like, but, mother, my brother, he's hairy, Isaac is going to fill him, for I am a smooth man, and Rebekah tell him, don't worry, basically, don't worry, and he was saying that, Isaac was going to put a curse on him instead of a blessing. He's going to rather curse him for trying to, for trying to deceive him. But I'll continue on verse 13.
And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice, and go fetch me them. And he went and fetched, and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob, her younger son. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. He came.
So, she was getting Jacob ready to go meet, with Isaac. So she prepared the savory meat, that Isaac loved, and she put on that, that raiment, that goodly raiment, of his eldest brother Esau. She put him on Jacob, so he can feel hairy, you know what I'm saying? And she put it says that she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands and upon his smooth neck. So she put the skin of the kids of the goats upon his hands and upon his neck, so he could feel it just as Esau feels, because Esau was so hairy. But go ahead and continue verse 18, Lord.
And he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here am I. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord thy God brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and he felt him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau.
So as Jacob was talking to Isaac, he was portraying himself as Esau. He's like, Here, I am here, my father. And Isaac was wondering, how did he get it so fast? He just spoke with you and you just coming back, a few minutes later. And he said, the Lord delivered, delivered the venison into his hand, and he was saying, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau, so the way, he could hear Jacob's voice, but he felt Esau. So he didn't really think much of it, and he continued to bless him, Go ahead and continue, my lord.
And Isaac said unto, Salaki, but
verse 25.
And he said, Bring it near me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat, and he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now, and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his garment and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field, which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore,
continue, my lord.
Therefore God give thee of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee.
So, Esau brought, our Salaki, Jacob brought the venison and the wine, and Isaac was able to drink and eat it, and then he told him to come near me, come near now, and kiss me, my son, so I may be able to bless you, so, and that's what Jacob did, and he was able to smell of the raiment that was on him, and he blessed Jacob, man, which he thought was Esau. And the blessing was, for the fatness of the earth, the dew of heaven, plenty of corn and wine, for people to serve Jacob, and nations to bow down to them, or to Jacob, and he'd be Lord over his brethren, so, basically rulership, man. All right. And that's what we're going to gain, you know, that rulership, you know. Because we're you know, Jacob being our one of our forefathers, you know, and Jacob represented Israel, or Israel overall. You know, this was the blessing Israel was going to receive. You know, it's go ahead to verse 30, Malak.
And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce going out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting, and he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise, and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, Who? Where is he that hath taken the venison, and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father.
So once Esau came in right after Jacob have left, you know, he tried to receive that blessing because he brought the venison and things that Isaac wanted. You know, he wanted to receive that blessing, and he come to find out that Isaac already blessed, you know, someone, and it was Jacob. You know, once Esau heard those words, you know, that Isaac said of him blessing someone already, Isaac cried, you know, exceeding bitter with an exceeding bitter cry. You know, so he was mourning and overly crying, man, because, you know, someone took the blessing. You know, Jacob took that blessing from him. But go ahead and continue, Malak.
And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and have taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau.
So he was saying, you know, Esau said, you know, once again, you know, I just got finessed by Jacob, you know, because basically, you know, that's what it was. You know, because, you know, Jacob means supplanter. You know, he was able to get Esau like that 2 times. And Esau tried to say he took away his birthright, but no, Esau had given it away. You know, because, you know, Jacob, you know, asked him for it, and he was so hungry that he wanted that pottage. You know, he sold his birthright for it. But, you know, Esau, the devil, he likes to lie, man. All right, and he tried to say that, you know, Jacob took away his birthright, but no, he willingly gave it unto Jacob for the pottage. You know, so he was saying, you know, Jacob have supplanted me 2 times already. You know, this is the 2nd time, and now he's gonna take away my blessing. And he was asking of Isaac, he said, have thou not reserved a blessing for me? And this is what Isaac said, verse 37.
And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said to him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of thy earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Esau was asking of Isaac, does he have but like one more blessing for him? And Isaac said, yeah, I have but only one more. And this was his blessing, that he shall be, it says, thy shall be the fatness of the earth. Thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of the heaven from above. And that's what Esau has right now, the fatness of the earth. He has all the goods, he's in rulership as of right now, man. This is his kingdom. This is his rulership, And they say he's going to be, Esau is able to live by the sword. And that's why he's so, he perfected, using the gun, these carnal weapons so good because, he lived by the sword, man. All right. And as of right now, he has dominion, and he's in this rulership, because the Lord set him in his rulership. All right. Right now, Esau is living out his blessing, but it's coming to an end. Now go to verse 41, Malak. Let's start right there.
And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing where his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of the mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
So he said, Esau hated Jacob after that, So he said the days of, mourning for his father, are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob, and this Esau have had this same, feeling and passion from this point on, throughout generations. That's why you see Esau put us, through captivity so many times over and over, and all these other heathens as well, man. All right. Esau is a jealous brother, man. All right. And he was trying to slay Jacob. And this is why, the Lord hate him. All right. Like it says right here in Romans chapter 9 and verse 13, it says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. All right. So Jacob have the Lord loved, but Esau, the Lord have hated, man. And Esau's going to have to go through captivity. And his rulership is coming to an end, man. But that is that's the story of Jacob and Esau. I just want to get, me and the brother want to get into a short, quick lesson. Lord willing, this was edifying to the hopeful elect. I want to say shalom. We give the honor to the elders and the apostle, GREATTMILLSTONE once again. And all praises to the Lord, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, and QADASH. Shalom, Akim.